Hello again, gamers. Welcome back to the Board Game Captain. I'm the Board Game Captain.
I'm Ava.
I'm Eren.
And today we are going to be reviewing and talking about and showing you how to play Vivaldi. So Vivaldi is a tiny little filler game, small box game, comes about the size of a deck of cards here. And this one was published by XV Games, and it was designed by Marcello Bertocci. I hope I am pronouncing that correctly. Feel free to comment down below if I've butchered his name. I really hope I haven't. And I want to give a quick shout out to XV Games who sent me this free copy of Vivaldi to play with and do some content with, because that is really awesome of you guys. Thank you. So first things first, Vivaldi is a trick-taking game with a theme based on seasons. And it says it's for ages 10 and up, for 5 players exactly, and it is listed as a 15-minute game. So let's start there, guys. So first off, what do we think about the 10 and up? Now, how old are you guys? Because you both got this game real quickly. How old are you?
I'm 10.
You're 10.
I'm 12.
Okay, so what do you think? Do you think, is 10 a good estimate?
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
You got it real quick, right?
Yes.
Okay, I was going to say it was our second game. You got into a bidding war. Oh, no, it was you who got in the bidding war. You got in a bidding war in only our second game of this, because we played through this a bunch of times now. So you think 10 is a good estimate?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it is pretty good too. There's some things in here that would be a little tough for kids under 10, I think, but it's you know, it feels right. It just feels like 10 is the sweet spot. So next thing we have is the 5-player count. So now, this is a little weird to me. Usually when I get a game that is restricted to only 1 player count, it's 2 players. That's the player count. This 5-player count is a little odd. It makes sense when you actually play the game, but it is a bit of a, and this is one gripe I'm going to talk a little bit more in the review about. It is really restrictive in the player count. 5 players is a very odd number of players to specifically have. I don't often have specifically 5 players on game nights. So that is, I mean, what do you guys think about that? How often do you guys get 5 players at your house for game nights?
Not very often.
So that is, I was going to say, because you guys usually, you have 4 people at your house. You would have to have literally 1 person over. And we have 2 people at our house, and we often have another 2 people over. It happens a lot. Or 4, so that's usually 4 or 6. So that is a little bit of a tough player count. What about the 15 minutes, though?
I think it's a good 15 minutes. It's really fun.
Well, we're not going to review it yet. Hold that thought. But for the 15 minutes, I mean, did we have any games that went over 15?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's really quick, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this is a really lightning fast little like filler or intro game. It definitely fits in that spot. So now for what comes in it, we've got a series of cards here that give you the rules, which is really odd. There's no rule book. There's cards, but they're numbered, so it's very easy to know the right order. And you've got them both in English and in Italian, because the game was made in Italy. And I would say that the rules for reading them, I was the only one who read them, I then taught you guys, were pretty easy to understand from reading them. When I explained them to you guys, did you guys felt like you understood them pretty easily, or what did you think? Were they pretty...
It took a little bit.
It took a little bit? Okay.
Yeah.
Once I started playing, I kind of...
So it was a better like
got used
learn
to
by...
it. Yeah.
I'm sorry, so it was like a better learn by playing kind of situation for you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. And then we've got the cards. Now the cards themselves, let me just show. This is the back of the deck. You've got the 4 seasons there. And then the cards are suited via the seasons. So this is the spring season, and the number of flowers on the card is equal to the number of the card. And then same thing for summer with fruit, autumn with leaves, and winter with snowflakes. What did you guys think of the look of these?
I think they look really interesting.
Really, really pretty? Mm-hmm. What about you? What do you think?
They are very pretty cards.
Yeah, the design on these are really, really nice. And then one thing I like that they included, which I'll talk more about in the review a bit, but they have an extra 4 cards here, which are just the seasons, but then they have the opposite season on the bottom, which is very important for the caller, because when you're calling a season, the opposite season becomes the week season, and that's a big part of the game. And I like these. They're very clear, and they're good to leave out for a quick reference so that everybody, you know, one person says, oh, well, I call autumn, and then spring is the opposite season. So that's everything that comes in the box. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to talk about the components, about the cards?
Not really.
No? All All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to head to the table, and we're going to show you an entire game of this. We're going to show you how it plays, and then we're going to come back and we're going to rate it, and we're going to talk about how it feels, and we're going to review it. Okay, so here we are set up to play a game of Vivaldi. So the way you set up is you shuffle up the deck, and then you deal out the entire deck to all 5 players, and you have to play at 5 players, and so each player will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards broken up into 4 suits that are the 4 seasons of spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Then to begin the game, we start by doing a bid after randomly choosing a first player. So I'm going to act as the first player, and I will bid, and you pick a number. The closer you get to 1, the better. And if you want to bid above 1, you also have to bid a points deficit. It'll all make sense as we go on. So I'm going to bid, and just showing you my hand here, you want to bid a suit that you have a lot of. You want to bid a number that you do not have in that suit. So I'm going to bid a 5.
I'm gonna bid 4.
Okay.
3.
Pass.
Oh, now she passed, and as she has passed, she is out of the bid. So now it is Lynn's turn. What are you going to bid?
1.
Ooh, Lynn went 1. I'm gonna go 1 with a plus 5, meaning I have a 5-point deficit for me and my partner if I win this bid.
Pass. Pass.
Uh-oh.
I think we might have the opposite cards.
Uh-oh. What do you got?
I got a bunch of one.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna do plus 10.
So a 1 plus 10?
Yes.
1 plus 15.
Pass.
Okay, so I take it in a 1 plus 15. Now, ooh, I might have made a mistake. I'm going to say 1 of autumn. So calling autumn, I now flip up the autumn card, which shows that autumn will be the trump suit for this round, meaning that it will automatically be higher than all other suits, even the suit that started with in a trick. And the opposite season, spring, will be worth negative points for when you get it. So now the way this works is, now that we have bid, whoever has the 1 of autumn is my partner. But I am the caller. They are my secret partner. Everyone else, the other 3 people, are on a team, except nobody knows who my partner actually is. And I will be throwing the first trick, the first card for the first trick. And as I do so, if somebody... everyone around can throw whatever cards they want. The suit that I threw, if you throw the same suit and it's a higher number, it will be beating my card. If you throw off suit, other than the trump suit, which is autumn, so off suit, for instance, if I throw the 1 of fruit, excuse me, the 1 of summer, silly me, if I throw the 1 of summer, if the next person does a higher summer suit, it will be beating it. If the next person does a card in the winter suit, it will automatically be losing no matter what the number is, because all winter is lower than the suit we started out with. And the same thing with spring, though spring is also worth negative points for whoever takes the trick. But if you throw a card from the autumn suit, autumn is automatically beating it no matter what the number is. Multiple cards from the autumn suit, whoever has the highest number will be winning. So I threw the 1 of summer, and let's see how this goes. So Eren here is going to be throwing the 3 of winter. This is offsuit, which means it's automatically losing. The 1 of summer is still in the lead. And now we have the 5 of summer. So now this is beating my 1 of summer, so now Caroline is in the lead. Now we have the 2 of autumn. Now that's the trump suit, which means now Ava is in the lead. And the 8 of winter offsuit, which means Ava gets it. And as nobody threw anything spring, this is all positive points for Ava and whoever her teammate or teammates may be. Now that Ava won that trick, Ava will start off the next trick. Okay, so Ava started off a trick in the trump suit, throwing out the 3 of autumn. And Lynn threw out the 6 of autumn. Oh, I wonder who my partner is. I will throw out the 7 of autumn just in case. The 9 of autumn. And...
The 10 of autumn.
And the 10 of autumn. Wow, that just pulled a lot of autumn cards out. Okay, so now Caroline is going to start us off on the next trick. So Caroline starts us off with the 9 of winter. So I'm going to... Oh, so, excuse me, Ava's got to go. Sorry. So Ava threw the 8 of spring, which means whoever takes it's going to get negative points for that spring card. Bit of sabotage there. Ooh, a 2 of spring. It's winter, right? I'm just going to throw off suit. I don't want it. Ooh. So that's a lot of negative points. Okay. Okay, so it starts off with the 1 of autumn. So we're starting right in the trump suit again. Ava throws the 1 of spring with 1 negative point in there for whoever takes this. Not too bad. The 10 of spring!
We can't count, right?
I'm throwing off suit. I don't want it. Go ahead. Oh, that is a sabotage. Wow, I really hope you're not my partner.
Did you see the 1 of autumn that I threw out?
Oh, we're in trouble. We're in trouble.
Mr.
I missed
Plus
it.
minus 15.
Well,
Brilliant.
yes, that was my fault. 100% my fault. Okay.
Stop giving me spring.
That's all I got. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get that out of my hands.
We can't cuss, can we? Like two
No, this is pink.
Oh, so we are partners. Oh, okay.
Oh my, that was an evil one.
So that was a 9 of spring.
No.
Oh, summer. Excuse me, summer. That's 9 of summer. Yes. So 2 off suit.
Oof.
Oh, I'm just gonna throw off suit.
You can't. I guess you can't beat that.
No, I couldn't. We're gonna lose this hand. I think we're.
You think?
Yeah. All those spring cards that wound up in ours, we're in trouble.
Like all except
3.
except for
All right,
that
so 3
one.
is spring. Yeah.
I'm guessing you have most.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw a trump out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so we get that. I'll take that. Okay, and 10 of winter. What do we got?
7.
4.
7.
Oh, we got a -7, but we still got that. So now what we do is we count up our points. So in the way the points go is every card is worth its face value in points, except for the spring suit. Since the spring suit is the weak suit, it is worth negative points of that much.
I think I have all of spring.
Oh, and you have minus 15, right?
And we get minus 15 points because that was my bid.
Alright,
So everybody
Oh my
count
God,
yours up.
19.
So hold on. All right, so now we've counted it up and we've subtracted our bid and we've subtracted our negative points, and we had a total of 46, and you guys had
49.
So even with that negative bid, it was close. It came down to 3 points. What a nail biter. But you 3 beat us. And that is how you play a single round game of Vivaldi. It's really fast, and you can play a few in a row. They also have a way that you can play a series of games, usually about 3 games, and then you get points for being on the winning team, and the person with the most points at the end of those will actually be a singular winner. So now that we've showed you how this game works, we're going to head back to the table, and we're going to talk about how this game feels and our experience with it, and we're going to rate it and review it. Okay, welcome back. So that was how you play a game of Vivaldi. So, all right. So let's start with the negatives so we can end on positives. Who's got a negative they want to start with?
I do.
All right, go ahead.
So the cards are really thin. They're easily bendable, but you can still shuffle them without being nicked very easily.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've played a bunch of times already, and yeah, none of them are nicked, but yeah, they do feel like they're kind of thin. They feel a bit soft. But on the positive, well, I'll save my positives about the cards till later. But yeah, you're right. No, they are a bit thin, but they don't seem easily, like they don't separate. Like they don't seem to get nicked at all. Even though they are easily bendable. How about you? Do you have any negatives you want to throw out?
Probably the like really restrictive player count.
Yeah, that is my one gripe too. Go ahead. What do you think?
It's kind of rough because most times you would have maybe 4 or 6 people, sometimes even 2, but having to have exactly 5 is somewhat.
Yeah, I feel like so. This was this I understand is an update of a classic game that also required you to have exactly 5 players. And I feel like the first thing I would have done if I was updating that game is found a way for more player counts. Now, I understand they want to have that whole you're outnumbered by the other team when you're the caller with your secret friend. But maybe they could have found a way to do a 3-player version. Like, and have, if you're the caller, you have to call numbers that are your own. So it's just you versus the other 2 people, and there is no secret friend. I do feel that is a very restrictive player count, and that is a bit rough. I'm with you on that one. But I mean, that being said, do you guys have any other negatives to talk about?
Not really. No.
I was gonna say, with the people we played with, so your dad,
Yes.
when he played with us, he also said that the cards were a bit thin, and that was his complaint too. Everybody said the 5-player count is really restrictive, and it's tough because unfortunately it's not going to hit the table enough. But the unfortunately is because also everybody really liked the game, and I don't really have any other negatives to talk about with this game. And those are kind of, well, the 5 one might be a bit of a real gripe because it's tough to get it to the table. But other than that, I mean, they're kind of small. They're kind of small gripes. And you guys don't have anything else negative to talk about?
Not really.
Okay, who wants to go first on positives? Go for
I
it.
do.
Go for it. Go ahead.
Well, I like the bidding,
Mm-hmm.
where the bidding you just get lower and lower, and then sometimes you have to subtract from what you're actually getting. So
Yeah.
it's the negative part, and then it's like the suspense is killing me every single time we play.
And when we were playing, and Eren got in a bidding war with Lynn, and we were all laughing. We weren't involved. We had all passed, and they just kept going and going and going. And I mean, it was absolutely crazy, and it was so fun and so funny. That was definitely a good time.
Yeah.
I'm with you. What do you think about the whole bidding, that situation?
No, that was very fun.
That was really fun. So yeah, I'm definitely with you guys on that. I do think the bidding is awesome. So how about you? What is a big positive for you? What do you think?
The mystery of who the partner is also really fun.
Oh yeah.
Like, because you don't know if the person has the one
Yeah.
or if someone else has it, and then once you find it out, it's like, oh crap, we're against the rest of these people.
And when it suddenly comes up, you're like, man, I've been screwing them over, and they're my partner. Like, what have I been doing? And I think that's hilarious too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that is really good. So yeah, I'm with you guys. And also a big thing I just got to throw out is I'm amazed by how fun this little game is. I mean, this is a tiny little 15-minute game, but every game we have played, and we played it back to back. Like we've not. I mean, we play it and we play it again. And it's amazingly fun. Everybody has enjoyed it. Nobody has been overly negative about it at all. The most negative things people have been able to say are the 2 things we addressed. One is that some people thought the cards were a bit too thin, and the other was that the elephant in the room about the restrictive player count. But generally, everybody was just surprised about how fun this quick little card game is. And the restrictive player count, the big problem people were having is, I want to play it more. And it's going to be a little tough to get to the table. But that being said, I think we should maybe rate it. What do you think? So who wants to go first on the rating?
I will.
Okay, what do you got?
I gave it like an 8.5 or maybe an
8.5?
Yeah, 8.5 or 9.
What do you think? 8.5 or 9?
8.5.
Okay, 8.5? Wow, that is really high. So you really loved this game.
Yes.
So is this like one of the best games you played in the last year?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, 8.5. That is really high. So where are you at with it?
I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
A 7.5. Okay, so now why 7.5? What are you thinking?
It's a really good game, but then again, there are the negatives of the thin cards and the player count.
So that's just like keeping it back from being
Yeah.
a 6. So I am there with you. I'm also a 7.5. I am also at a 7.5. And to fill you guys in with everybody else we played with, because we've been playing with a bunch of people, my cousin Paul, who's their dad, gave it a 7. And their mom, Caroline, who was in the gameplay portion, also gave it a 7, and Lynn gave it a 7. So they were all a little bit lower than we are. I think we actually wound up with the 3 highest scores right here. But everybody liked it. Everybody has been positive about this game. Everybody enjoyed this game. So there you have it. The scores that we've had for Vivaldi were 3 7s, 2 7.5s, and an 8.5. So I think if you... Okay, I think the bottom line here is if you can often have 5 people to play a game, then get this game. This game is really fun. I really enjoy it, and the only thing that bugs me about it is, and I know it seems like I'm beating a dead horse here, but the only thing that really bugs me about this game is that I know it will not get to hit the table as often as I would like, because this is a fantastic icebreaker game. And that's really because of the restricted player count of needing 5 people. So there's only gonna be rare occasions when I specifically have 5 people and be like, oh great, we can play Vivaldi. But if you often have 5 people, like if you live in a house with 5 people and you're looking for a great game for 5 people, buy Vivaldi. You could do a heck of a lot worse. This game is a lot of fun. Anyway, so there you have it. If you enjoyed this review and tutorial and you'd like to see us do more like it, be sure to give it a like. Share it on all forms of social media. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Board Game Captain. That's Captain spelled with a K on YouTube. And hit that little bell icon on my channel so you get updates every time I upload a new video. And until next time, game on.